I'm Virginia McGathey here on the floor at the CME Group reporting on the grain market. Today we had the big acreage report. Soybeans were up in spite of a slightly bearish USDA report. Interestingly enough, I guess everyone just felt that there was too much selling fatigue going on. So it's the first time in 35 years that farmers planted more beans than corn. Not as much more as we had actually expected, but still more beans than corn. However, the China tariffs could make that a proposition that could kind of like stop the whole deal. All the farmers that are growing the soybeans, if there's a tariff problem as we get more into the fall, into the harvest, it could weigh pretty heavy on their farms for sure. But the usage has been the highest in up like 15%. Over from last year, so that really looks pretty good. And I think right now the market was ready for a rebound. It still started to rally into the close. Corn also was rising, up almost 10 cents, maybe a little higher. It really touched its high right before the report. The report was again a little bit bearish, kind of slid down a little bit. Quarterly stocks show the largest since 1988, and that's of course from that bumper crop last year. And so that's certainly for on the domestic side. So it's the third highest on record, but the corn usage is also up. Now we're getting a little bit of exports out there, but certainly not as much as we need to kind of start to eat through some of this, some of the stocks that we do have. Our crop right now has been off to a good start. But certainly we were ready for the market to really start to rally. So I think that we saw a big relief on that. The last thing though is the USDA, the U.S. dollar index is really down sharply, 780 points. That's pretty big for the longest time, and that gave some relief to a lot of the grains, and the market really got a good pop. Wheat was the big rally for the day, up over 20 cents, up 23.5 cents almost, and it's really started with the France cutting their crop yield. That really got the market started to roll. And I think what happened was a lot of the short covering began and started to run right into the report. As the report came out, the acreage is actually up 1.8 billion, 8 million acres, which is actually pretty bearish. So the market spiked up, went all the way down. Really didn't take away everything that we rallied into it, but then turned right back around, and we were teetering back on the highs again. And I think that selling fatigue is just absolutely over. So all the bargain hunters are stepping in. There is relief that it isn't a further bearish report. So it's very possible we're going to see a lot more gyrations. Next week we're going to be closed on Wednesday, and that's the 4th of July weekend. And so we just have the 2 days on either side, and I think everyone's getting on board a little bit early. That's all from the floor at the CME Group here in Chicago. I'm Virginia McGathey.